In 2025, getting ahead on YouTube isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Want to outpace 99% of businesses creating content on YouTube? So here's the game plan. Number 1, embrace AI, but only strategically. Number 2, dominate a single content format. Then number 3, strategically master the secrets that maybe even some of the top creators in your niche are missing. I'm Jeff Hampton, owner of Hampton Law, with over 360,000 subscribers and more than 18 million views per month. Stick around and I'll show you the exact moves you can make to future-proof your channel and leave your competition in the dust. Number 1, embrace AI, but only in the first 50% of your YouTube process. In order to get ahead of 99% of the creators in your niche, it's important to go all in on AI. But here are the main areas you should focus on. 1, idea inspiration. Number 2, thumbnail concepts. Number 3, outlines. And then, of course, use AI for research. Look, not all AI is bad. In fact, I believe every creator should be using AI to some extent in order to improve their video creation. One of the areas that made a huge difference for me is when I took the time to create a custom AI bot. I trained it on all my content. I trained it on my process, my delivery, on my audience information. I actually created this bot and fed in a lot of the comments from my videos to help establish an avatar for my viewer. And I believe every creator should consider doing this. In fact, once you have actually set up a custom AI bot, you can then use that AI bot for brainstorming based upon ideas. If you're feeding in the comments and your scripts from previous videos, you can actually be able to take some of the data you receive from YouTube Analytics, feed it into your AI bot, and it will help you determine the types of video content, the types of approaches that you might take that actually would resonate with your viewer, and you can start to see an improvement in your video performance. However, not all AI is worth using. For example, here are some specific areas I think AI should not be used for your YouTube video creation. 1, scripting. 2, thumbnails. And 3, finalizing your ideas. I said to embrace AI, but not completely. Why? Because AI is not as good at storytelling as you are. You know your content. You know what really grabs a hold of your viewers. Don't trust AI to write stories that will convert and actually create retention for your videos. You know your audience. You can tell the story better than AI. And until AI catches up, keep being you and don't trust in AI to superimpose what your particular strength is for your videos. Number 2, become a king of formats and watch out for the deceiving allure of thinking you can go broad and build your channel before you're ready. Big creators get so big that they're forced to be broad with all of their content creation. But smaller creators can actually dominate a particular format that can really help grow their business. In other words, I have to ask you, why did you start a YouTube channel to begin with? If you're like me, you started a YouTube channel because you wanted to grow your business. You wanted to increase your revenues and establish your expertise and your brand. You don't have to appeal to everyone. Resist that temptation. When you're a smaller channel, one of the best things you can possibly do is to really find out what your customer avatar likes to see. What are they looking for? What are their problems? And in fact, if you begin to create videos that specifically alleviate the pain points of your viewers who happen to also be potential customers, then what will happen is this. You'll attract more and more of the type of viewers who want your business's services. And as a result of that, you'll begin to create a feedback loop where those that are watching will also reach out to you to hire you, and your business will grow and your channel will grow. Once you find that format, that when you present it, your viewers love it and it's growing your business, stick with it. Resist the appeal to go broad too quickly. The problem is, once you go broad, it's very difficult to go back to niche. So spend the time to really create foundational pillar content for your business, and it'll act evergreen for you and grow your business for years to come. Number 3, schedule 1 hour a day to study YouTube in 2025. Most creators get so busy, they don't have time to do this. But I'm going to tell you right now, do it. Do it every day, 365 days. If you do this, and this is a challenge, if you do this, it will absolutely change your business and it'll change your life. And the reason why is because you'll become an expert at YouTube. You'll begin to see trends as they begin to happen before other people do. You'll also be able to see patterns of things that happen because you've seen them happen before on your previous YouTube videos. And you'll begin to rescue videos. You'll see a video that's not doing well, and you'll realize, wait a minute, if I pivot to a title convention I've used previously, or I need to make a small change to my thumbnail, and all of a sudden you can take videos that were below performing or average and turn them into top 10 videos. I know almost all of you watching this right now will skip this step, but the few of you that will take on this challenge, get ready, because you will become a YouTube expert in your field and it will blow up your business channel. When I became obsessed with studying YouTube every day, I began to know my audience very well, and I began to understand what would work when something didn't work. And as a result of that, I was able to 10x my channel, Hampton Law, within 1 year. Number 4, create 3 totally different types of thumbnails for every video you put out. Now, we all know it's common advice that people tell you you should come up with 2 or 3 different types of thumbnails whenever you're preparing a video. The problem is most people do this completely wrong. They spend their time coming up with 2 or 3 different thumbnails, but they look almost exactly the same. And the main reason why is because people are just inherently lazy. People just tend to not want to put in the time to come up with 3 totally different thumbnail concepts. Don't be that person. Spend the time to come up with 3 totally different types of thumbnail ideas and then develop those thumbnails out to line up with your particular title of your video. Don't be the lazy person who comes up with basically 1 thumbnail idea and 2 other ones that look almost exactly the same. Because I want you to understand something. The difference between a strong thumbnail and a weak thumbnail can be the difference between getting only 1,000 views and literally millions of views. Number 5, don't just copy what works anymore. You've got to brainstorm original ideas. Back in the good old days, most people had no idea that if you found an outlier video, a video that maybe performed 10, 15, 20, 5,000x the normal actual production for a particular channel, you could take that concept within a niche and you could copy it. You could literally steal like an artist. You could look at the thumbnail, you could look at the title and do something very similar and it would almost always work. The problem? Today, there are so many tools, AI tools that are out there that you can easily find outlier type videos. And most creators know this strategy works, so it's been overused. Now, what happens when you can easily find this material and everyone knows that it works? Well, then it no longer works. Now, I'm exaggerating a little bit because sometimes it will still work, but it's no longer the advantage that it once was. What do we do instead? We dedicate more time than 99% of all the other creators within our niche brainstorming ideas, creative ideas, ideas that no one else is coming up with, but will help us stand apart from our competition. Number 6, you have got to be ready to double down faster than ever before. In 2025, you will have less time than ever to double down on what's working. In other words, what if you come up with an amazing idea and you're able to start packaging your thumbnail and your title pretty quickly? Whatever you do, don't put it on the back burner. I've experienced this myself with Hampton Law. Came up with a really good idea, started to develop it, but got busy with other things. The next thing I find, I've already found someone else, a creator in my niche that's hijacked that idea because they came up with it too. And the next thing you know, I've missed out on the opportunity. Always be ready to have a head start on your competition. For example, if you come up with a very high conviction video concept, be ready to have a similar video right behind it to be able to launch almost immediately so that you can both ride the wave of that successful video and you're ready to double down. The winners will be those who come up with a viral format and then they have videos ready to support that viral format before the copycats get their videos edited. In other words, when you find something that works, double down on it. Don't waste time. The copycats are out there watching and waiting, and they're ready to snoop in and take everything they can from you. Finally, number 7, hire the very best thumbnail designer that you can find. I know it might seem a little unnecessary, but one of the most important team members you need in order to have a successful YouTube channel is to bring on a very successful thumbnail designer who both knows how to be creative and create a clickable thumbnail. Will you have to pay for a good one? Yes, you will. But I want you to think about the math here for a second. Did you know that the difference between an 8% click-through rate on a thumbnail and a 15 to 20% click-through rate can be the difference between millions of views you receive and literally tens of thousands of dollars in ad revenue over the lifetime of that video? Don't sleep on a great thumbnail designer, particularly if you're running your channel for your business. I literally have had thumbnails designed for my YouTube channel that have, for example, one of them, almost 6 million views on one video. Not only did it make me over $36,000 in ad revenue, it made me over $400,000 in sales revenue for my law firm, all from one video. Now, if I had to pay $500 for that particular thumbnail, do you think that makes it worth it? You better believe it. I just gave you the strategies of how to get ahead of 99% of business YouTube channels. But did you know that there are strategies that can help you attain an additional 2 million or more in revenue per year for your business just from your YouTube channel? Check out this next video where I break down the secrets of my insider $2 million a year YouTube funnel, and I give it all to you. See you over there.